Hey everyone, how are you? Today is going to be story time of how I literally pretty much died. Not last week, the week before. So as you know, I went up to Brisbane to see my sister and niece, and everything was going brilliantly. I left late Wednesday, got up there early Thursday morning, spent Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday with them. Tuesday I was on my own because my sister worked and my niece was at daycare centre. And so I decided to walk in Brisbane just to several just close shopping centres, so probably half an hour away from each other and from where I was staying with my sister. As I was coming home about 4:30, my asthma started to get a bit bad. It took me a while to get back to my sister's because I had to keep stopping. Took my puffer and it really didn't have any effect whatsoever. So I then went to hospital. I'm not going to say which hospital because then it's pretty obvious what area my sister lives in. And I want things to be kept private. So I went to the hospital. First they just started me on nebulizers, but within 20 minutes I'd had a funny episode. I don't really remember much of the first episode. I just knew I felt really different, like my breathing was different. I felt like really faint and not with it. So I do believe they gave me some ketamine to help, and then they put me on the CPAP machine. Finally got in contact with my sister because she was at work. So got in contact with my sister who came down. Probably 15 minutes of being fine and talking to my sister. I had another funny episode. I was still on the CPAC and they gave me ketamine again. And let me just tell you, it is a nightmare drug. I knew my sister was there, but I couldn't feel her hand, and I was petrified. I literally just kept saying, "Don't let me die, don't let me die." Eventually they decided to move me up to ICU because I was still on CPAC, and like my oxygen was great the whole time. It was more the fact that I wasn't moving air and I had a severe wheeze. So anyway, ended up in ICU. When they moved me basically from resus to the elevator, I started going funny, so I had to have more ketamine. Got up into ICU and had the handover, and then what I would say would be the scariest moment for me is I realised I was in huge respiratory distress. I couldn't breathe. I literally was not moving air in my chest at all. Suddenly, there was probably over 20 plus people with me. I do remember being given ketamine, but I also remember pretty much everything that happened. Like, I remember my femoral arterial line going in. I remembered the arterial line in my arm going in. I remembered the feeding tube. I remembered the catheter. I remembered, what people were saying. But basically, I was paralyzed. So I couldn't open my eyes. I couldn't talk. I do remember crying in the early part of it before the ketamine really hit me. And then basically, so that was Tuesday, probably by 6:30. 7. So 3 hours after I'd come to hospital, and I wasn't even considering going to hospital to start with. I've never been this severe in my life. I mean, I had a pretty serious attack probably about 4 years ago in Byron Bay, and then 3 years before that I had one. So it's about once every 4 years, but not as severe as this. The next thing I remember waking up, and it was Friday lunchtime. I've talked to my sister and to my mom, and they said that they tried to wake me up earlier, but that was trying to pull the tubes out, and obviously my breathing wasn't the best, so I still needed the tubes in. I woke up Friday lunch, but I don't remember much. Saturday, and then I was put on CPAP. Saturday, I remember being put on normal oxygen and moved down to medical. And unfortunately, because of everything that had happened, missing the days, missing medication, between Saturday and Monday, I probably had 8 psychotic episodes where I had to be medicated. But that wasn't, it was normal. I'd missed days. My body had been through so much physically, so much trauma, and emotionally, it was hard to comprehend. So I was on oxygen till Monday. Monday I was fine, just on some nebs. Tuesday lunch, my dad came and got me and went home. Got home here about 7. And then Wednesday I ended up in hospital with mental health, and I came out on Friday. And today's the following Tuesday that I'm doing this. And I don't know, it was really, really scary. And even now, I went to doctors today. My lungs are getting better, but unfortunately I have to wear a really stupid mask that looks ridiculous when I'm outside. It's like a flu mask, but like 10 times bigger. I have to wear it when I'm outside because the air quality here in Crofts isn't the best at the moment. There's fires and dust. My lungs are still weak, and plus it's middle winter here, so people are sick with colds and flus, and if I get a simple cold, it can end me up in the ICU again. So unfortunately, I've got to take health over fashion. Anyway, I'm going to head off. I hope you all have a good night. That's just where I've been, what's happened type of thing. And yeah, I will talk to you soon. Bye.